Hello, everybody. Hope everybody's doing good. I'm continuing my study of online pagan / new age stuff. Now, one of the biggest trends right now is everybody seems to be making their own oracle deck. Now, I'm going to go by their definition here. Oracle decks, divination decks, meditation decks, and cartomantic or non-tarot decks of any kind. Oracle decks are used for similar purposes of tarot decks, but have varying numbers of cards, from as low as 20 to as many as 144, and may be based on any structure or topic, which means that these are very eclectic. You could have any type of theme involved in here. How one person structures their deck can be completely different from how another person structures their deck. So this is very hit and miss. Now I'm going to just scroll down here real quickly, all the way through here. See, I'm showing you a lot of different forms of decks here. Now these are all what I said they were, Oracle decks. There's some Hammerand book decks in here, as well. Lenormand decks in here as well. Yeah, I'm still scrolling through here. So I decided to do a little check, and there are roughly over 420 Oracle decks listed here. And you can say, look by some of their names. Some of them have an interesting theme. Some of them have kind of a boring theme, just going by the name. And yes, names can be deceiving. But I gotta find one first. Right here, there's a name I want you guys to remember. Okay, we got the Angel Therapy Oracle cards. Doreen Vertrue. Now, that name kept on popping up. There it is, right here, and right here. Her name is listed a total of 18 times on decks. So, this is how they're making their income, I believe, by creating all these different Oracle decks. Now, there's a problem with this. There is a flooding of the market with all these different Oracle decks. And like I said, with such a large difference in them, it is going to be harder than heck trying to find the right one for you. Now, we're going to go through a couple of these. I'm going to show you the cards. Now, I have not gone through every single one of these. Some of the artwork is pretty cool. Some of it's kind of lame. Some of it's really boring. Some of it's just like, why? So, let's start scrolling on down. Okay, well, I do see Ancient Animal Wisdom Oracle. Now, there we go. What do we see? We see a cheetah, an ant, a black rhino, hippopotamus, a mountain zebra, giraffe, and a butterfly. None of these animals are ancient. These are modern animals. Yes, they've lived a long time, longer than most human species, but nonetheless, don't see much for this ancient part. The only thing that happens now is, unfortunately, if I remember right, the black rhino is extinct. But this is the theme off of this one. And this particular Oracle deck has 38 cards. So we're just going to keep on scrolling down. And Art Nouveau Oracle deck. Okay. Here we go. All right. Artwork is moderately decent. but I've noticed that it is strictly female only. Huh, what balance. And on this one, there is 36 cards, and that's pretty much it. It's supposed to be romantic watercolor Art Nouveau style. Blah. Now, I got invited to attend a chat on YouTube, and it was about people that were running a chat about tarot decks. And one of the complaints that they were saying is that a lot of these tarot decks and such are being watered down. They are so positive and sugar coated, they lack the reality. Okay, and this art right here, again, we are talking about how seems to be female balanced, female focused. There are male pagans out there. There are male tarot readers out there, but we're kind of ignoring them. And the artwork is not that great. But, you know, somebody wants to call this their deck. This is the Awakened Soul Oracle. It's a 50-card deck for mystics, tarot readings, and awakened souls and dreamers. But in that chat discussion that I had, they were saying that a lot of these decks, they're watered down. There was even one, if I can see it on here when we get to it, it was roses. That was their basic theme, and all the cards had basically roses on it. You know, life is not pleasant at times, and so we can't just make it all so pretty and push that onto our cards. Reality is rough at times. Okay, so this is the Celtic Tree Oracle deck with 25 cards based off the Celtic Ogham runes. Alrighty. The artwork on that was fair. Dreaming Away Lenormand deck. Now, from what I understand, the Lenormand decks, they're supposed to be very simple pictures, artwork, and very basic symbolism. And yeah, I just don't see how anybody can be interested in that. And that's, as from what I understand, the standard with most or all Lenormand decks are 36 cards. So let's find one that's, all right, oh yeah, here it is, the one I wanted to show you. Different themes on Oracle decks sometimes make them seem childish, not practical. And here it is, the Halloween themed Oracle deck. It's 36 cards. Some feature traditional black cats, ghosts, skulls, and pumpkins. Some of them even have modern editions as zombies and vampires. Now, if you are wanting to receive a reading and you are paying money for a reading, are you going to take anybody serious that is taking the Halloween theme deck? I can't. I got to speak for myself. If I see somebody say that's an option of one of the decks that I choose from, I'm going to say no, forget it, and walk away. There's one person that I know of, she has an Etsy account, and like a year ago, she had 17 different decks to choose from, and one of them was the Halloween theme. So, I mean, it's just very irritating to me. All right, this is a Magical Dimension Oracle and Activator cards with 44 vivid fantasy images. All right. No, the artwork isn't that bad, really. Kind of reminds me of Magic the Gathering cards. But, okay. Galactic Guidance. All right. Magic the Encountering meets Star Trek. I know I might be coming off very cruel, very critical on things, but some things need to have a degree of constructive criticism. As I said, there were over 400 decks on this list, and so that's being flooded. And on my Facebook account, I see posts by people who are making their own Oracle decks, so they are flooding them out. Yesterday I did a video on Floor Sage, and in the classes that she's performing, on one listing she actually has a class, and she says it's a $97 value on about how to create your own Oracle deck. So Our Lady of this, Our Lady of that, that just Pet Owner's Tarot deck. So this is a tarot deck that's now, let's see how many cards. Oh, it's 32. So it is an Oracle deck. It's not an actual tarot deck like what it's listed. All right. So we have Temptation, Fear, Happiness. Artwork is nasty. The back of the card is terrible. It's just not a good deck, in my opinion. The Saint deck. Oh gosh, yeah. Okay, this is a 50 card deck. Yeah. Do not like the artwork. Oops. So let's go down to, let's try to find something that has a little bit possibly darker sense here. Oh, that's not darker, but Shaman's Oracle. Now, okay, that is cave art. So somebody is taking basically cave art. I don't know if this was original, actually found in caves cave art, or inspired cave art. But it's 52 cards. It's interesting, but the bad thing is, I'm showing you the art, but we really don't know what the structure really is on these decks, because we don't know what the theme is. We don't know how you would do a spread with these cards. And that is why I do not like them, because, I mean, they are so... Okay, we'll have to look at the Wicca cards. Wiccan cards. Oh, boy. Because, you know, with there being missing structure, it's going to be very hard to explain the structure of some of these decks online. I mean, if you're only given like 4 sentences, how can you explain the structure of a deck? So these are the Wiccan cards right there. 32 Wiccan cards are specially designed to be easily introduced to Wicca and show symbols of pagan life. Right. Aha. I do not see how that can be pagan life. So, to me, this is a farce, a joke. Woodland Wisdom Oracle. This will be the last one that we kind of take a look at. Okay. This again looks like more cards from Magic the Gathering or Yu-Gi-Oh! Okay. Now, I'm kind of a stickler for detail. Okay, let's look at this one right here that you see my cursor going over, and it's called Spirit of the Mighty Oak. Most of us would just call that Green Man. So they are putting some fancy name on it. And, you know, then you go right next to it, Leprechaun. I've never seen a leprechaun with fairy wings on it. Honestly, I haven't. Fairy of the Golden Light looks pretty pale to me. Again, we don't know what the structure is on this deck. Okay, it's saying Woodland Wisdom Oracle deck has 29 cards of fairy and elf energies. And 5 are gold power cards. All right, so it's just like a Yu-Gi-Oh deck, because there's no Pokemon deck, because there's gold cards in Pokemon. So anyway, this is a problem that I see happening in the pagan community, pagan world. These decks are pop culture creations. These are not really pagan. These are new age concepts. And people are implementing these into, oh God, the fairy tale. This is the fairy tale oracle. Hey, Pinocchio. Little Red Riding Hood. Again, you cannot take somebody seriously if they are doing things like this. So, I'm not telling you that you can't use these, but if you want to be a professional tarot deck reader and all that, image is important. And so many of these decks are so poorly structured, poorly articulated, that I think it would be a hindrance instead of a blessing. So this video is almost 20 minutes long, so I better get off of it. So everybody, take care. Be at peace.